All right, guys and girls. I wanted to go over a few particular questions from tonight's homework. That way, if you had some kind of issues with it, or you wanted to know that you're doing it correct, then they're up here. All right. So let's start with number 27. So for 27, the question first asks you to find the slope, the y-intercept, and then graph. Now remember, I already told you guys that you don't have to graph these because I'm not giving you graph paper. But let's take a look at actually number 27. I'm going to draw this out here. I'll write in black pen too. 27 is y equals to 2, or y plus 2x. 2x equals to 0. Now remember, if you are ever going to write something in slope-intercept form, and it's important that we write it in slope-intercept form since you're asked to find the slope and the intercept, right? So the best thing to do is turn this equation, y plus 2x equals to 0, into slope-intercept form, y equals to mx plus b. Now remember that when you are turning something into slope-intercept form, you need to get y by itself. Get y by itself. So let's take a look at the actual equation. I have y plus 2x equals 0. Notice y is not by itself right now. I have this pesky 2x here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minus 2x on both sides, right? The y comes down, the 2x cancels out, and then you get negative 2x plus 0. Notice now we have it in y equals to mx plus b form. My m is right here, negative 2, and my b is right here, 0. So I can say that the slope equals to negative 2, and my y-intercept equals to 0, 0. Alright? Okay. Now, what if I were to, for instance, like number 28, have just y equals to something? So let's actually do that. Let's get a y. Let's get y equals to 2. And y is already by itself. I just don't see this whole mx plus b, right? Well, if you take a look very carefully, all of the parts are there, it's just not written out. For instance, plus b is just a number by itself, so I can say that the b from this particular equation, is just this number 2. But what about the mx part? Well, do I see an x? I don't. Because I don't see an x in my original equation, I could actually just rewrite this as y equals to 0x plus 2. And what's my slope? Slope is 0. What's my y-intercept? Y-intercept is 2. So m equals to 0, y-intercept equals to 0, 2, or b equals to 2, if you want to write it that way. The next set of questions, when for number 36 to 39, you are asked to write the equation of the line in slope-intercept form. Now that's really easy. Remember, again, you have y equals mx plus b. You just need to find m and find b. All right. Let's start with finding b. That's the easiest one. This is b right here. What number is that? That happens to be 2. So b equals 2. And now to find my slope. To find my slope, I'm going to count the rise over the run. So m is rise over run, which equals 3 over 1. Because I went up 3, I went right 1. So my m equals to 3. The equation is then y equals 3x plus 2. A note for number 38 and 39. Notice that you're not going to be counting up for these. You're going to be counting down for these. So your m is going to be negative. So m will be negative. M will be negative. All right, last ones. Use the intercepts to graph these equations, and these are actually really easy. So remember from our notes today that in order to use the standard form equation, 2x minus y equals to 8, in order to use standard form properly, you plug in x, plug x equals to 0, and then solve for y. And also, plug y equals to 0 and solve for x. All right, so let's do that. First, I'm going to plug in x equals to 0. I get 2 parentheses 0 minus y equals to 8. 0 minus y equals to 8. Negative y equals to positive 8. So positive y equals to negative 8. So my first point, 0, comma, negative 8. Now what about this other part? I have 2x minus y equals to 8 again. But this time I am going to plug in y equals to 0. So then I get 2x minus 0 equals to 8. 2x equals to 8. X equals to 4. My second point is going to be 0. Sorry, not 0. My second point is going to be 4, comma 0. X, comma y. X, comma y. I have my 2 points, so all you have to do is plug in 0, negative 8. 0, negative 8 around down here. 4, comma 0. 4, comma 0 is around here. So you put the 2 lines together. That's your graph. You don't need to use graph paper. You don't need to really do anything. You don't need to label the points. As long as it's apparent to me that you know how to plot 2 points easily, I don't have problems giving you credit. If you want to be really good, you can write 0, comma, negative 8, and then you can write 4, comma, 0. And if you want to be really good, you can do this on graph paper, but it is not necessary. Each one of these questions should take only about a minute to do. You have less than a half an hour's worth of homework today. I hope you have questions. If you do, please email me, and I will talk to you later.